What's up guys, it's Joseph here with another video. Today I wanted to make a video on why I'm still keeping the Apple Watch Series 7 even with the Apple Watch Series 8s and all the variants that came out, and why I'm still keeping my Apple Watch Series 7 even though the Series 8 came out. I'm not going to talk about the Apple Watch Ultra given the fact that that's in its own league of its own. It's a completely different watch than what we're used to for an Apple Watch. I wanted to compare the Apple Watch Series 7 that I have right here on my wrist, the stainless steel variant, compared to the Apple Watch Series 8 that I decided not to be interested in at all, just the regular Series 8. I know there's an Apple Watch SE, but I'm not going to be talking about that either, as there's not too many differences in the SE that they released this year compared to the previous ones. My mom does use the Apple Watch SE, and she's not a heavy user, and that's perfectly fine for her. She has no issues with it whatsoever. The reason why I'm still keeping the Apple Watch Series 7 is because it's practically the Series 8. The Series 8 has that new temperature sensor on the top of the display and the bottom where the sensors are. And while that was cool to give you your temperature, it only does it at night. I'm not really sure why Apple decided to just do it while you're in sleep mode, while during sleep tracking. I think it would have been a great tool to use throughout your everyday usage just to check your temperature. I do know that it changes and tells you your temperature when you're asleep, and it has helped people detect if they're sick or they have COVID. But at the same time, I don't understand why, if it has that technology in it, they just couldn't have it where it can just stay on all the time. I feel like that was a complete waste and felt like it definitely could have been added and something that they could do in the future for sure. But other than that, the Apple Watch Series 8 is the exact same. It both has the QWERTY keyboard that you can use. It's very small. I still have problems using it. That's why talking dictation is usually my go-to, but for quick responses, I can type something very quickly. I do have the 45mm here. They are in the same size as 41 and 45 as last year. It does have a great heart sensor that tells you your heart rate. It's the same there. Same with the ECG app. It's still pretty accurate, as I have brought this to my doctor before when I have felt some sort of discomfort, and it's something that I do use every day. It does have the blood oxygen sensor. It's the same as well there. I check that every once in a while too. That came out on the Series 6. And there's also a talk about different Apple Watches if you're not going to go the Ultra way. You have the SE. You also have the Series 4, which my girlfriend uses as seen here. You have the Apple Watch Series 5 that my brother has. There's the Series 6 that my dad has. And then I have the Series 7. All different variants. I have stainless steel, they have aluminum, but they all work very well together. They work perfectly conjoint with your iPhone. And because of the Apple Watch Series 8 not really bringing any to almost none extra features, it's almost impossible to even suggest the Apple Watch Series 8. If you've never had an Apple Watch, I feel like the SE is great. You can even get last year's SE for cheaper, and it's just as good. If you want an upgraded version of that, you can get it, I think, a Series 7, which has all the benefits except the temperature sensor of the 8 for a lot cheaper. On top of that, you can probably get the Series 6 for cheaper, or even 5 cheaper. Then they're almost all just tweaked versions of the Series 4, as you can see here. There's not much going on different that Apple has released with their standard versions of Apple Watches, and I'm not sure why. I think there was a couple things they could have done, like the temperature sensor always on that can separate it from the Series 7, but they chose not to do that. Again, I'm not going to talk about the Apple Watch Ultra. There's so many videos on that. There's so many people getting it just because it's the Ultra version and because it has a longer battery and a bigger screen. But I love the Apple Watch Series 7. I use it to work out. I use it to track my health. I use it as notifications. I use it in cellular as different from my phone, but also joining my phone. I think it's a great watch, and you can get it for a lot cheaper. I do like the stainless steel variants, given the fact that it's much harder to scratch on the sides, and the display with the sapphire display just looks so much better, and it dresses up so much better than the regular aluminum variant. But I just wanted to make a really quick video, just people who didn't know that they can get other Apple Watches that are pretty much the Series 8, just minus the temperature sensor that you really can't use too much, for much cheaper, and just to give out some general ideas of what I think about the Apple Watch Series 8 compared to the Apple Watch Series 7. Thank you guys who support the channel. Click the like button if you liked it. Click the subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this. Feel free to comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.